All right, we are here with Alex Wennberg of the San Jose Sharks. It is the Monday after a very busy bit of scheduling. You guys get a couple of days off now with Sunday and today. You feel fresh and ready to go at it tomorrow night?
I mean, it's part of the schedule right now. I mean, even though how the ball feels or what it is, you just got to be prepared for every game. And I mean, I've been around for a long time, so I kind of get to do my thing, you know?
Yeah, no, and obviously, maintaining that rhythm of what you do to get your body ready. It's always a little bit different on the road, I'm sure. So is it nice to be back home?
Yeah, super nice. Obviously, you're on the road. I mean, sleeping in a hotel room, switching rooms, and not having like the equipment we have at home. So obviously, getting back here, kind of have that calmness of being in your home bar. I feel like that really helps to kind of reset it a little bit as well.
What's the best part about being back home for you, other than your bed and your equipment? Is it getting back to just your normal sleep rhythm, or is it having access to the food that you want to eat?
Oh, none of that. Is seeing the family for sure.
Okay.
I mean, even though I could sleep on a plank, I wouldn't care. To see my son, my daughter, and my family, yeah, that's the most important for me to get back home to.
We're all getting used to your game here in San Jose, and a couple of times you've shown off the mitts that I don't think, unless you're watching you every game, we don't see all those highlights. Like every week, it feels like we're learning more about your game. You're showing off, like I said, the hands, your shot. You had a goal the other night. I mean, is your game feeling pretty good right now?
There's some good parts. I mean, I feel like right now in the last couple of games, maybe I haven't had that consistency that I want. But I mean, obviously, like I said, I feel like I have the skill set. I just got to bring it out a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive. But I mean, I'm happy. Like, obviously, if you don't know my game, the more you see me, you can see that I'm using my hockey sense, the IQ to learn of it. And after that, if I get the opportunity, just try to convert it.
There was an opportunity early in the game on Saturday night where you skated in, but you couldn't get a shot off. And I wonder if you were frustrated because that was, I think, 2 or 3 shifts before you then came in and then scored.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, wobbled the puck a little bit. I felt like I had control, lose it a little bit. But here's the thing again, you can't really be too upset about it. Obviously, you can show a little bit of emotion, but you just got to forget it and then you just go back. So when you get to the next opportunity, you're ready.
Have you seen the highlight of that play, though, the one where you didn't get the shot off?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it was a 2-on-1 with Cease, and I was looking for the pass, the shot prevent, so I was going to do the same move, but I think it just jumped over my stick. And obviously, in these kind of games, we're playing good teams. You got to really like be ready and convert on it. So obviously, it's frustrated, but like I said, I get the opportunity kind of like from the similar position and kind of like did what I wanted to do the first one.
I just asked because when you look back at the film, does it present to you in film the same way as you saw it in real time? Like, were you thinking about making those moves, or was that just what you were doing in the moment?
I mean, I'm an overthinker for sure, but at the end of the day, like when you play your best hockey, you don't really think too much. You just got to be out there, go by the senses. But that's sometimes the issue when you come in, you see too many opportunities, like pass it, shoot it. So that's sometimes you just got to let go and play. So
frustrating game the other night. Obviously, I won't get you in trouble. I won't get any opinions from you. But when you do have a game that's interrupted by that many whistles, by that many penalties, how much more challenging is it for the rest of the team just to be in, just the flow gets taken away, right?
100%. But at the end of the day, it comes down to us as well. We're taking way too many penalties, and like even though like we get the power plays as well, they kind of like get the lines a little bit switched up and all that. So I feel like if we can stay away from the box, obviously just keep playing the way we do. I feel like that's when we play the best hockey. So I think you can blame it on whistles, you can blame it on all of that, but at the end of the day, it comes down to us as individual, as a team, to just be better and be like more. I mean, we got to play our hockey right now. I feel like we're kind of fading away from what we do best.
So how do you rectify that then?
I mean, we want to forecheck teams. We want to go like use our skating, use our ability to like trace down the puck. And right now, it feels like we're watching a little bit too much. And I mean, like you said, it's one of those games we have the opportunity to win it, and we just let it slip away. So it can happen. I mean, it's been happening too many times. But if we want to be a really good team, a team that push for playoffs, you just got to learn how to win these games when it comes down to it.
Since the 07-2 start, the team has been playing very consistent hockey. Obviously, closer to 500 as opposed to the winless start through 9. But that game, I think about how close it was in the game in St. Louis versus the way the game worked out the other night against Utah. And are you able to look at the game in St. Louis and say, we need to manage the game more like that game as opposed to what you did in Utah? Or is Utah such a different game with all those whistles that it's hard to apply the lessons from one game to another?
I think you can always try to aim to play a certain way, but I mean, every game's going to be different. It's going to be momentum swings, so you can't really say that every game's going to look the same. But
yes. I
mean, obviously, you want to have control of the game. It felt like against Utah, we kind of let it like go a little bit too much back and forth. And I mean, at the end of the day as well, we're coming home here from a long trip on the road. When we're home, you want to make a statement. We want to be a tough team to play against, and we feel like we gave them a little bit too much time and respect. So,
is there a little bit of a revenge feeling with Winnipeg coming up?
I mean, obviously, we owe them one right there. I mean, at the end of the day, you always focus on the next game. You don't really look back. But, I mean, we played against them before and they won. So, obviously, there's I wouldn't say it's a revenge game because every game is just as important. But now that we lost, then we want to take that back this one.
You guys played very well against Carolina. That was one where you were right there in it. Obviously, very tight against Florida. The Tampa game got away a little bit, but you also beat Washington. So you took on some of the best teams in the East and came away with very respective performances and a win in there against Washington. Just playing those top-tier teams help prepare you for going up against a top-tier team from the West in Winnipeg and then Colorado in the next game?
Absolutely, but I mean, there's so many good teams in this league. Obviously, you play the East teams a little bit different hockey, and especially coming on the road as well, but there's a lot of good things from this road trip. Obviously, the wins, but we're also playing good hockey. But to come home right now, playing against these teams, a little different. But there's a great opportunity for us to make a push here before Christmas. So, I mean, that's what we're aiming for.
It feels like everybody's in a good, confident mood, though. I mean, I could tell guys were upset after the game against Utah because it's a loss, and I think you guys felt it was a winnable game. But then looks like everybody's having that fun out there with practice today. Does the whole vibe of the team, does it feel like a good place right now?
I mean, it's a good place. Obviously, you should be a little bit pissed off about the Utah game. I mean, you want to win that. There's no fun with that. But I also learned, I think a lot of the guys on the team as well, you can't get too high or low. Like, you got to maintain this level to be professional, even though, like, you're winning the game, losing the game, like, come back the next day, do the work, and just be as professional as possible. And obviously, maybe a little bit extra bite for the game because we lost the last one. But he's going to be maintaining that level because I feel like that gives you the most success.
Obviously, the good group of guys here. Do you think that's helped getting new players like Timothy Liljegren coming in from a trade? Obviously now Kovalenko and Georgiev, now they're the new guys.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's part of hockey. And new guys comes in, a couple of core guys that makes a big statement in the locker room as well. But that's the thing about hockey. I mean, all the guys that comes in, they make a different statement. They have a different role, but I feel like everyone's so welcoming, and they're hell of a players as well. So we just take them in with open arms.
Yeah, no, it's been fun to watch them, and I think that's if two guys are going to come in, those are two guys that you want. They've experienced good players. I know Kovalenko is he is a rookie per se, but he's 25, and he's got some good genetics on his side as well. This is your first year in San Jose. Maybe the most important question is Mario Ferraro as loud or louder than maybe he had been rumored to be?
I mean, I didn't really hear the story, so I'll say louder than I expected, but it's a good loud for me. I think he's really funny, so I like it.
All right, Mr. Wennberg, as I told you about your nickname, thank you for your time as always, man. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.